Welcome to the True Grime Stories podcast, where in every episode, we'll unravel a new mystery of cleaning business transformation from a grimy mess to a great success. Join me, your host, Jeannie Henderson, as together we dig up cleaning business secrets that you've been dying to know. Hello, my cleaning business friends. I'm your host today, Jeannie Henderson, and I want to welcome you to this episode of True Grime Stories. And I'm excited to talk today to my friend Jennifer Hudson. She's with Hudson Property Services in Oakboro, North Carolina. And so excited to have Jennifer here and to hear her grime story. We all have one. So, and like many of us, she started out, just wanting to start a business after having another career. She was actually a medic for 14 years prior to being in the cleaning business. Many of you probably can relate to that, having a big career, but then completely changing direction. She's a mom of two, and I love this. She says, fueled by family, faith, and fierce determination. I love the word fierce. And she got started in 2019. And she had been like working a ton of jobs and raising her children, but she chose to pour her energy into something she loved, and that was cleaning. And here she is today to share with us her true grime story. So thanks for being here, Jennifer. I can't wait to dig in.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a good talk. So, so what made you go from being a medic to choosing a career in the cleaning industry?
So it's a loaded question because there's just so many things that were happening in the healthcare industry that didn't sit right with my personality or my character. So I I needed another challenge. I needed a challenge where I could help others.
Hmm.
And the medical industry, yes, we can help each other. We're healing, but I wanted something more, something that I could have more flexibility in and pretty much do whatever I wanted to, whenever I wanted to. I wasn't locked down to a 9 to 5 job working, I say 9 to 5, but probably working over 40 hours a week. I wanted more for myself. And so I always enjoyed cleaning. I actually had my whole plan set out in November of 2019, and then I threw it all in the trash can because I just did not believe in myself, and I was like, I can't do this. And then
Oh,
in March,
wow.
yeah, in March of, well, that was 2018, and then in March of 2019, I actually just said, you know what, do it. What do you have to lose? So I filed for an LLC, and I started cleaning, and it
Wow.
took off from there.
You just took a big leap into
I did.
something completely
Terrifying.
different. Well, and it sounds like you definitely had that entrepreneurial spirit of, wanting to go it alone and be your own boss, choose your own destiny. Um, yeah, I can completely relate. I'm not a very good employee, so for other people. It's just gotta own it and move on. So, yeah, so you started your cleaning business. When it started out, did you start cleaning in the field or did you go right away into having employees?
I did not even know where to start, so I started cleaning. I was cleaning out of the back of my SUV. I would work my 9 to 5, and then after that, my husband would take the kids, and I would go probably, I think it was 45 minutes away, cleaning 3 bedroom apartments for $65. I
Ooh,
was gonna get my foot in that door, and whew, it was a lot.
that's a lot of work for a little money.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, wow. And so that's interesting too. I didn't realize it. So you were still working your old job and
Hmm.
getting your business started.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually am coaching with a couple of people doing that right now. So, how long did it take you from that time when you were still working your 9 to 5 and then going and cleaning? How long did it take to build your business to the point where you could just focus on your cleaning business?
So I filed my LLC March 29th, got it approved, and then June 5th of 2019, I quit my jobs and went full force. And those dates just resonate with me and they're burned into my brain because I was so terrified at the time to do it. But me and my husband talked and we said, if you're going to do something, give it all you've got. So
Mhm.
we were on the way to the Outer Banks and I left all my jobs.
Wow. Wow. That is it's scary, but it is so true. It's hard to have your feet in 2 worlds, It's like, it's hard to focus on one or focus on the thing you really want to grow when you really have to
Yeah.
give your time to somebody else,
Yeah.
in another job. Yeah, that is a big scary thing to do, but did you find that that's what it really took?
Yeah, I did. I quit my medical career and it felt like divorce. But I knew that if I really focused on my cleaning career, then it would be I didn't think I'd get to where I am now. I was
Mhm.
just, you know, dragging along and it finally clicked. So I would
So,
not regret
where are
it.
you now? So you started out just you. How many people on your
Yes.
team today?
We have 9 of us on our
Wow,
team.
9.
Yeah.
And then, how many clients are you cleaning for on a regular basis?
Right now we're at 82.
Wow, yeah, so you've grown your business significantly since that
Mhm.
point. Um, so this is True Grime Stories, and we always like to talk
Yeah.
about something grimy that has happened. And in the cleaning business, there's a whole lot of it. There's never a shortage. And not to scare people away, but we want people to understand that, you know, any entrepreneurial adventure is going to have ups and downs.
Mhm.
So, when you were in your cleaning business, can you think of a time when you just really ran into a wall or a hurdle that you couldn't get over and then found a solution? What pops into your mind? What's your grime scene?
I wanna say that it was actually taking on anything and everything that came through my phone. We were doing I came from pest control, and so I was doing bed bug preparation jobs where I'd go in and I would
Oh,
prepare the I
sorry.
would go in and I would prepare the homes for a bed bug heat treatment, and that actually includes packing up almost the entire home like you're moving and laundering everything. So it was very laborious. It was very
Hmm.
it was just hard. You're moving totes around that are super heavy. You're going up and down stairs because you're packing these people's houses. I mean, you're essentially a mover without moving the boxes. Um,
Hmm.
and I was just taking a ton of bed bug preparation jobs. I took them down in South Carolina, and it took me away from my family. And I had enough. I put my foot down, and I said, you know what? I need to focus on residential and commercial cleaning, and no more, no more of this.
Wow. So one day somebody called you and wanted you to do a bed bug preparation job. Were you getting hired by the pest control company then?
They would refer me out.
Oh.
Yeah, and
Oh
it
my
was a lot of
goodness,
apartments.
Jennifer, I'm so glad that you found your way out of that. Whew. I mean, somebody's got to do it, and God bless them for doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is, and it is very specialized work too, very
Mhm.
specialized. And so you figured out. So what were some of the other jobs? I mean, you said you're taking everything. You took
I took
pre.
the heat treatment
Mhm.
preparations. I was taking, uh, biohazard cleanings.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, they were terrible. I was ripping up carpet. I was, washing windows inside and outside, but, like, on 30-foot ladders, and it was too much. I was taking everything because I thought if I didn't, I wouldn't have anything, and that wasn't the case. It was not.
I bet. So I'm sure that there are people listening right now who are in that boat. They feel like if my phone rings, I have to say, "Yes, what time do you want me there?" Like,
Yeah.
and I remember being that way, doing
Mhm.
post-construction. Um,
Yeah.
it wasn't registered biohazard, but I dealt with a lot of really filthy, dirty things, almost like hoarder houses, things like that, where I didn't have the training, I didn't have the equipment, I didn't have the insurance, but I was doing it anyway.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you survived.
Yeah, yeah, and I think what really hit home was I was sitting in the car and I had just had a baby, and I think I was out a month later and I was pumping and I was down in South Carolina and I was like, "You know what? I need to be at home. I need to be at home with my kid and
Oh,
my family." And, I said, "I can't just sit in my car and pump and then try to get these jobs done." So that right there really hit me hard.
oh,
So kind of back down a little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah, and, what are we doing this for if it's
Yeah.
not? to be able to be with our family and have a great life with them and build a great life for them. Uh, but sometimes we do have to have those extreme experiences of like that wake us up.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
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 All right. So you got through that. So now you start saying no.
Mhm.
What is that like? What happened when you started saying no to like all the jobs?
I started saying no, and they wanted us to do it. And
Mhm.
so I would raise my prices. Um, I would raise my prices enough to where I felt like it would turn them away because I didn't know how else to say, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I was fresh, I didn't really have that confidence. And so I would just raise my price.
Mhm.
And that would either turn them away or sometimes we would get we would still have the job, but at least, the people that were working with me were still making really good money as well. I said, well, okay, it's worth it. Let's do it. But now I've completely strayed away from that.
Yeah. And when and when you made space for other work on your schedule, did you find that it, that was easy to fill your schedule or hard to fill your schedule? Was it a problem getting jobs when you weren't saying yes to everything? Or did the right things
No,
start coming?
I think the right thing started coming when I channeled my the client that I wanted, and I converted my marketing to those clients. I raised my prices. I started with a group, CBF, and that they
Mhm.
helped me understand that you can turn away these jobs to where you're not stressing yourself out. You're making money. You're being profitable, but also it's just for your sanity. And so I'm so thankful. Like,
Yeah, yeah. So kind of the build it and they will come kind of thing. You
yeah.
created a business that would attract the kind of clients that you decided you wanted,
Hmm.
and then you were able to fill your schedule that way. One thing that you said that I think a lot of people want to wonder about, you said targeting your marketing to those people. So what's one or two ways that you do that?
From what I've looked for in the past is the way that I was posting on Facebook. I was posting these generic, I don't even know how to say it. They were just random posts and it wasn't anything geared. It was funny posts because that's how I
Mhm.
felt. I felt like, okay, yeah, I'm going to be the fun, silly side of this. But then I
Mhm.
really get into, well, now we're doing reoccurring, we're doing residential and commercial with office jobs and things like that. So I really needed to make my postings more professional where it would attract the right client as
Mhm.
opposed to, yeah, this looks like she charges $15 an hour to clean a house kind of thing. So I really beefed up my marketing and my content and really just creating it to a professional standpoint, I feel like really helped me channel my client avatar that I want.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, and that does, it makes such a big difference, like, how we present ourselves. It sounds like you almost rebranded to some
Hmm.
degree, and kind of updated your brand, but and so many things, right? You probably
Yeah.
updated your systems, and you said your pricing, which most of
Oh
us
yeah.
are. So what were you charging for an hour of your cleaning in the beginning?
I was charging $30 an hour.
Okay, yeah, I was charging
Mhm.
25, so I got you beat. Um, and, so but, the going market is, 50, 60, 70, and up, depending on where you're
Mhm.
located, in the US, per hour now. So, once, we think that people don't wanna pay what you're
Yeah.
worth, but people actually judge if you're worth it by how much you charge too.
Mhm.
Like, you attract the cheap, picky clients when you have cheap pricing.
Yeah.
Right? And they
Yeah.
also don't treat you as well. Have you noticed that?
I
Like
have. I have. And it's so disheartening because you feel like you're doing such a great job. And then to me, it's kind of like, oh, cleaners are the bottom of the barrel, but we're really not. It's a trade. It's, we're doing the stuff that other people don't want to do. And so, you don't go, I know I've heard this saying, you don't go into Nike telling them to drop their prices. You
mhm.
go in there because you know who they are. But at the
Yeah.
same time, we're cleaning, we're on our hands and knees, scrubbing baseboards, scrubbing cabinets, and gonna it's gonna cost a little bit, it's not $10 an hour kind of job.
Right, right. And, if we act like we have to have every job, then we start getting the ones that we really don't want, It's like if we are selective and we make it almost like an exclusive opportunity for the clients to be able to work with us, then it kind of puts the ball in our court, instead of the clients deciding, that. And I've definitely been treated, poorly by people who look down on us as cleaning
Mhm.
professionals. And I love it because I can remove them from my client list with the click of a
Yeah,
button.
that's right.
And I think that's one of the biggest realizations. So this has been great so far. I want to come back and talk more about this in just a minute, but let's take a break. You mentioned joining CBF. That's how we met. And
Mhm.
so let's hear a little bit about cleaning business fundamentals, and we'll be right back with Jennifer. Is your cleaning business a grime story? There's no need to stay stuck in the muck because you're not alone. With over 500 active members and more than 500 graduates of our Cleaning Business Fundamentals program, CBF is the #1 cleaning business academy in the world and has created more mop free millionaires than any program in the industry. Learn more and let CBF take your residential cleaning business from a grime story to a gleaming success. Well, welcome back, everyone, to True Grime Stories. I'm your host, Jeannie, and I'm here with Jennifer Hudson with Hudson Property Services. And she's talking about this great thing that I think it takes a lot of us to learn, or it takes us a long time to learn in the cleaning industry, is that we get to pick who we work with.
Yeah,
Isn't that awesome?
absolutely. Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that's really cool about entrepreneurship. You talked about having time with your family and that's important.
Mhm.
Um, but people freedom, like you now get to decide who you work with. You decide who works on your team, but you also decide who you serve,
Mhm.
right? They aren't
Absolutely.
choosing for you. Um, so, as you're growing your business now, uh, do you find that are you getting like more referrals from the right kind of people? Like how are you now filling your schedule with the right clients, the ideal clients?
I would have to say, with what we do in the community, is we are very, very embedded in our community. We give away free cleanings. I also run dumpsters, so we give away free dumpsters to those that are struggling with the hoarder buildup. So
Oh,
it's really just showing the community who we are and what we do, and that attracts the right people. We want people that are empathetic and compassionate, and understand what we do and why we're here as well. So I feel like the way that we embed ourselves into our community and who we network with and really get to know has helped us attract the right people.
yeah, yeah. The company we keep, right? Like
Yeah.
that where people see you, it kind of defines you and your brand for people in the community. And then that's going
Mhm.
to draw the right people to you. So what would you say your ideal client looks like?
I would say, I mean, my ideal client is somebody that is very, again, empathetic and compassionate, but can understand that we're human, that we're here to do a job that they A, can't physically do, or B, don't want to do because they want to spend more time with their families. Um, But then again, like I said, we're human. We're going to make mistakes, but we're always there to right our wrongs. We run our company 100% with integrity. And I feel like we've been in business long enough to show people who we are and what we do. And when somebody says Hudson Property, they know, oh, yeah, that's the company with the feather, or we know
Mhm,
exactly who this is. And so the client avatar is just, it's just somebody that's understanding
mhm.
and knows what we're here for.
Well, I love it that when I asked you who your ideal client was, you didn't start saying someone who makes this much per year, lives in this
Oh,
neighborhood, this size home. Not that those things aren't important,
yeah.
but I hope people catch this. We want people in our company, whether it's employees or clients, who align with our values, right?
Mm.
And that's where you went right away was like, we only want clients who value us because you want them to treat your team members well. You don't want to send your team
Yeah,
members into homes that clients aren't being nice to them.
right.
I we had a client just recently who walked in front of one of our employees and dropped trash on the floor in front of them.
No.
And guess how long they stayed on our customer list, like,
Oh,
mm-mm, this
yeah,
you can't treat people like that. And so we have to let people know that if you want to be part of this business as a client, this is what we're looking for. So but you end up
mhm,
attracting those people because you're putting it out there in the community.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And my technicians are the same way. I tell them all the time. I said, if somebody is being disrespectful to you, just because you're a cleaner, if you take it that way, I said,
Hmm.
call me, tell me, and I will call them. I said,
Hmm.
I do not want you to feel discouraged or disrespected while you're doing your job. I will find another client for you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, and that just creates that level of trust. They know that you're going to take good care of them, that you're trying to provide a great job. I love that. It's just so kind and caring towards your team members. Well, and you talked about cleaning for a reason and that you also, with your other business, are giving in your community. So, how long have you been doing that? The cleaning for a reason and the donor or the dumpster donations?
Cleaning for a reason. We've been a partner with them since 2019. We've done, I believe, over 30 clients. There's
Wow.
not, but we're not, like I said, we're not as dense, so our number isn't that high, which is great. I love that. It's kind of double-edged sword, but we don't have that much, I guess you could say, recognition with it either, because not a lot of people know about it. But then some people think, oh, it's free, there's a catch. So
Yeah,
we try to put our social media out there, call us, refer to us, we will help you no matter what. And then the dumpsters I've been doing since 2022 or 20, yeah,
mhm.
2022 actually. That is just our roll-off containers. We've got 11 of them. We do 15-yarder and 20-yarders. And I load it up onto my trailer, and then I just take it off to a property, drop it, and they call me when it's full, and I take it to the dump and dump it, bring it back to the office. So
That
pretty
is
good
so
stuff.
great because when people are dealing with that, either cancer or, dealing with a home that's full of things that they need to get rid of and they don't know where to start,
Mhm.
that can just be the thing that helps them take the next step or, strengthens them, betters their day, whatever. But it makes such a big difference. And I do think that this does play a big role in your attracting the right client and attracting the right employees. I actually had um, a team member tell me at our team meeting this week that because we do cleaning for a reason, she actually is leaving us at the end of this month, but she wants to come back next year. She's a teacher. And she
Yeah.
goes, and it's cleaning for a reason that makes me want to come back, And so it
Oh,
helps us
I
attract the
love
right
that.
people too.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's great. But I think understanding who you want to do business with and then
Mhm.
structuring a business that's gonna attract those people is so smart.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
we also have a nonprofit too, and we clean, we will launder all the students' clothes in Stanley County for free that are disadvantaged or do not have washers and dryers, and so we pick them up on Monday, launder them here, and then take them back to the schools on Wednesday in discrete
wow.
bags. And
It's a college town?
no, no,
No.
it's just all, yeah, it's just Stanley County, and we do it for all of the daycares, elementary, middle, and high schools.
Oh my goodness, how did that get started?
I really could not tell you. I guess because in the beginning, before we were really embedded in CBF, I was washing our technicians' towels. So I
Mhm.
bought a washer and dryer set. And then I got to thinking, as a medic, I would go to these homes and I would see these people constantly. And met with them, knew them, learned about them. And then I would see their children in the same clothes, or they would be dirty, or their teddy bears would be covered in just food or dirt and grime. And I was like, you know what? We're washing our technicians' towels anyways. Why don't we go around and wash clothes for children that don't have access to a washer and dryer or can't have their clothes laundered? Because I feel like when a child has clean clothes, clean sheets and teddy bears, it boosts their confidence. It makes them comfortable and they're ready. It's called Start Fresh Laundry. So we're giving them that start fresh
Yeah.
school,
Oh my
fresh
goodness.
start for school. But yeah, so that's it's
Wow. I'm so
yeah,
inspired by that. My brain
I
is
love
like
this
thinking of
program.
like, "Oh my gosh, what could we do with that?" Yeah, that is absolutely amazing. Well, thank you for everything that you do and what a great example you are to other
Oh,
entrepreneurs that I think when we are given much, much is expected from us, and giving back and
yeah.
that um taking what your blessings and blessing other people with it, that is so, so great. And it's good business, but I'm sure it also feels good.
Oh, absolutely. Our techs love it too. You know, if we
Mhm.
have a hole in their schedule, I'll tell them, "Hey, I've got laundry that needs to be picked up at the schools." "Okay, I'll do it. I got you." And then they'll bring it back. They'll watch TV back here. I've got a TV
Mhm.
that they can turn on a Netflix or whatnot and just do
Mhm.
laundry, and it fills their schedule, which makes me happy.
Mhm.
And then
Right.
and then we're doing
Yeah.
something good for the county and the community. So I think it's a
That is
win-win either way.
absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. Well, I you shared a great grime story today because I think so many people, because I talk to lots and lots of cleaning business owners and I hear this all the time that people are spreading themselves so thin. And I did that in the beginning too. I would clean anything for the most part.
Yeah.
I didn't go quite into the infestation area, but I pretty much everything else. And it was miserable, and I
Mhm.
just kept doing it until Debbie said, "Stop it."
That's right.
And that Debbie Sardone, just said, "Do one thing and do it well." And if you look
Mhm.
at all the successful people out there, it's the ones that are doing the one thing, but doing it
Yeah.
really well, who end up excelling in their industry, you know?
Yeah.
So, thank you for sharing that, and I hope that and I
Yeah.
know that it's inspiring others to look at their schedule and go, why am I still cleaning for that grumpy couple that is mean to our employees
Oh,
every week?
yes. Yes.
Why? Why am I doing that?" Right? You don't have
Reevaluate.
to, isn't that the great news? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as you've gone through this experience and you're kind of on the other side of that grime scene, what do you want to share with our audience? What's something, that you've learned or, a phrase that you say to yourself every day when you get up? What's something that inspires you that might inspire somebody else or some
I
piece of
think with
advice?
yeah, I think with all of the programs that we're a part of, the knowledge that we've gained, I love saying, collaboration happens at the top, competition happens at the bottom. We
Mhm.
always stand to help each other. But also, I get to come to work every day, not I have to go to work. I get to come to work every day and interact with all kinds of people. And I absolutely love it. And I think it's the medic background of meeting people and just having to have that personality with it. And I think
Mhm.
that's really carried me far. But the last one would probably be do it scared. I hear it all the time. Just do it scared. I mean, what do you have to lose?
Yeah.
I think me jumping feet first was terrifying, but also very rewarding.
Yeah.
Very rewarding.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I very few people change the world doing safe things.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
right. We have to do things that are a little bit scary. And there's a huge
Yeah.
population who doesn't want to do that. And that's totally fine.
Mhm.
And because we can't all be entrepreneurs, we'd kill each other. But, you know, there'd be nobody to work in the businesses if we were all entrepreneurs. So there
Oh
has to
yeah.
be some entrepreneurs and some not. But well, this has
Yeah.
been a great story, and I love the advice that you're sharing. What does the future hold
Mhm.
for Hudson Property Services? What's your next big goal?
Oh, my next big goal is to be $1 million made company, but to also carry our nonprofit nationally.
Okay.
Just cleaning for a reason. That's kind of our goal as well. We want to
And that's the
hit all of
laundry,
that's
the
the laundry
laundry.
nonprofit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I
And
want to
what's it
make sure that
called? Fresh
Start Fresh Laundry.
Start Fresh Laundry. That is so great.
Yeah. But I want to get my cleaning business, uh, running streamlined and smooth. And then, of course, we do have a board for Start Fresh Laundry, so it's not just me.
Hmm.
We've got a ton of help to help take that to the next level as well. So it's kind of like our residential cleaning business will rise as well as our laundry program because I want
Hmm.
to take them both to the top and help as many people as possible.
Yeah. I mean, just how, cleaning for a reason started by one person doing it and then telling others. I
Yeah,
can really, I mean, there's laundry services all over the United States. I can see that really being something that would take off.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, I can't wait to watch this star rising, and I do believe that, when you say it out loud, the chances are that you are going to achieve it. So, I can't wait to celebrate with you
Absolutely.
when you get your green
I have
check.
it on my vision board. I have a
Yeah,
vision board right
there it
here,
is.
and it's on there, so
That makes a huge difference, doesn't it, when something's
it
on your
does.
vision board? I tell you what, I know for me, I have mine on my dashboard on my computer, and
Oh,
I just look at it all day long, and, yeah, and almost
I
all of
need to
it is
do
coming
that.
true.
I need to put that as my background because I have it here in my office, but I don't see it every day. I see it
Yeah,
most times, but having it here would be, yeah, it'd be even
yeah.
better.
Well, every time I turn my computer on, it's there it is.
It's there.
But it is good. It really does help keep moving me forward in that direction so I don't forget. Wow,
Yeah.
this has been awesome, Jennifer. Thank you so much, and what you shared is so important for people to hear. So, thank you so
Well,
much for
thank
being here
you.
today.
Thank you for having me. This was really fun. I love this.
Yeah, it was really fun. Thank you. And to our audience, thank you for being here. And I hope that Jennifer's story has helped you out. And if it has, we'd love to hear from you. And if you want to learn more about cleaning business fundamentals or how you can grow your cleaning business, feel free to schedule a free call with me. There's a link right there in our show notes. And be sure to download this episode and share it with a friend because that's what helps True Grime Stories grow. It's you.
Yeah.
So, hope to see you on the next episode of True Grime Stories. Bye, everyone. That's a wrap on today's True Grime Stories. Thanks for joining us in uncovering the secrets of cleaning business success. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and download, and check out our show notes for links and info from today's episode, and to learn more about our sponsor, Cleaning Business Fundamentals. Join us next time as we solve another True Grime story.